want to share with you my camera support system that I made. I just used a piece off of an old camera stand that I had for this part. You see I used a dowel rod and move it up and down here. I attached it to the top of my dust collecting system that I built. I can move it this way, go around this way for side shots. I can go this way for overhead, and I can move it up and down. It works pretty well. But I've had an idea all along for an improvement in really what I was going to do, and it requires some CNC work. So I have that design all done now, and I'd like to share that with you. So that's coming up in the video that you're about to see. Hope you enjoy and stick around to watch it. I picked out a couple of pieces I had left over from the scrap pile, and suddenly found out while I was clamping these in position that they were slightly bowed, but clamping them down pretty tight, I think they'll work out all right. We'll try and see what happens. Now I'm going to glue up the three pieces that I just cut out on the CNC. Notice that they fit perfectly. Here I'm cutting some French cleats for this project that you'll see why in a moment. I know these boards are warped, but they came out of my scrap pile. If they work out, well, I may replace them later, but they'll work for my purposes. Here I'm cutting the French plate for the back of my bracket. Now we're just going to glue up and clamp up and come out tomorrow. Well, here we are the next morning, and I have my jig here for my phone holder. I've got it all glued and screwed, and it's ready to go on its French cleat. Let's walk over here and show you what I'm doing with this one. As you see here, I have pegboard all around my shop, completely around, and I have stuff hanging all over the place. Right behind my lathe bench here, I cleared out a spot. I've got my French cleat fastener here. We got this setting here, so I can move this around. I got some more. I'll have some more French cleats around the shop here as I just clear a little opening in my pegboard. And here's what I do with that. I picked up a little swivel joint here picked it up at one of the big box stores. And anyway, you just put that up there, tighten it up, right on that board. Now it's on a French cleat, so it's a little wobbly while you're messing with it, but it's pretty stable otherwise. So there we have that. Let me move the camera up just a little. Now what we do, we can bend this around any proportion that we want, and I put my cell phone, and it can be maneuvered around like this, and it can hang down. I can have it up looking at myself, but the main thing, here it is. And if I want a little more reach, I can turn this over and I get it around this angle. I can get about any angle I want on this lathe right here. Well, that about wraps it up. Here I've got my project, I've got my camera mount, and I've got my bracket. Now let's get started. Thanks for watching, and don't forget that thumbs up and subscribe button is still there.